To access all full body language videos, breakdowns and analysis, alongside the game that I can't feature here on YouTube, check out the Patreon, the link is in the description. Thanks.
Everyday Superpower, where we talk body language, relationships, game, everything in between. If, like, I go a little bit handsome, a little bit dark from time to time, that's because it's golden hour, right? The sun is setting, and I'm trying to dip and dive the, darkness. So we've just had the tattoo girl come and pull a few moves, all right? Try and seduce this guy. Now we've got arguably the most socially accepted form of beauty in the group come forth. Why do I say that? I say that because she looks youthful. I say that because she's petite. I say that because she's feminine. I say that because she's been relatively coy in relation to her competition. In my opinion, she did let herself down in the earlier videos we have done, purely as when he started to engage with her, she, started performing in a extra sexualized manner, and I thought she lost a few points for that. She was playing the game perfectly up until that point, because you go from being wifey to being a hoe. But we find women like this attractive, and I'm going to be controversial. Like I said, this attraction game isn't politically correct, but it's biologically correct. This woman is traditionally attractive because she represents youth. She is youthful. She engages with the man's paternal instinct, one of provision, one of protection. What do women want in a man? They want protection, they want provision, they want to be looked after. What does a man want to do? He wants to look after his missus. He doesn't want an overbearing, powerful powerhouse of a woman. He wants a feminine woman. Right? This is where all of the older women get annoyed, and they call you names for being a successful man and dating a woman who is young. A woman who appreciates you for your value, whereas the older woman doesn't, because her time is over. She peaks in the sexual marketplace all the way up until, let's say, the mid-20s, whereas the man, he could be 40 years old and be as valuable as he's ever been, given he's played his cards right, because we value each other differently. So when that lady says, oh, he's going through a midlife crisis, nah, that man has just finally understood his value, and he's worked hard to enjoy the reception he now receives that he didn't get when you were living it up in your youth, because we age differently, we value differently, we mature differently. And that was my essay on why youth is valuable when it comes to the woman's value in the marketplace, right? If that wasn't the case, the makeup industry wouldn't be the second best economy for making money on planet Earth. Number one being the man's lust. All right, the woman's body comes first. But to get the woman's body and to sell the woman's body is to look good. And that is synonymous with youthful. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Let's keep going.
Hi.
Right.
I'm Miranda.
Hi, I'm Miranda. So now we get to hear who she is and what she's saying. So, in a way, she was a little bit blown back, a little bit disrespected, perhaps, because he hasn't given her time to speak. He says, right, I'm judging you purely based on your appearance and not on who you are. Not on that beautiful, delicate mind of yours. We can tell that she is repulsed by his actions because look at the way she is physically pulling herself away from him. If we are attracted to something, we go towards it. We are attracted. If we are repulsed by something, we move away. Okay? Attraction is the initial gaze, the initial connection of eyes, to the cues, to the touch, to the bedroom. You know what I mean? Click like and subscribe. I'll give you some game better than basically nobody else. Let's be real. Let's be real. I give it to you as it is. Let's keep going.
I'm Colombian.
She looks up. She's Colombian. Jeez! She looks up, visualizes as she says that.
I have 6 brothers.
I have 6 brothers, she says. So she understands the value of the masculine, and she has got a strong sense of what a man is. So if you, my friend, understand what a man is, and you engage with this woman, and you portray, if not a better example of the man, a hyper accentuation of that masculine energy that she has grown up around, she's gonna love you for it, because her brothers protect her. She got 6 of them. I mean, I'm sure they're not all knobheads. You know, she's got a strong family identity. It's a compliment for her to say, you remind me of my brother. Because these people are close together. She got a strong family unit. Okay?
Them is in and out of prison.
How many have you kissed?
Right. So straight away, shit test.
Colombian. I have 6 brothers.
I have 6 brothers.
One of them is in and out of prison.
One of them is in and out of prison. Right. Why did she need to say that? What degree of boast is that? One of my family members is in and out of prison. This is a shit test. This is to say, I might look sweet and frail and feminine, but my brother will take you off of planet Earth if you mess around with me. This is a test to see where this man stands, how he reacts, and how he engages with that message. Okay? Is that an introductory line to show who you are? To talk about who they are? And how bad they are? How badly behaved they are? Pay attention, it's a test.
How many have you kissed?
How many are you kissed? She takes a gulp because it's awkward as hell. Because she, unlike the other girl, you know, probably has her head screwed on a little stronger.
So you have 6 brothers.
I do.
She looks at him. There is a cut in the video, and it just goes straight to the next
In
question.
and out of prison.
How many have you kissed? So you have 6 brothers.
I do.
Can they fight?
One of them's in and out of.
And what you can see here is, hold on, when does he put the defense up? So he's kind of got his guards up throughout the entirety. He keeps telling her to go away because he doesn't want to hear us talk. He just wants to continue listening. And that's like humorous, right? That's the comedy aspect of it. But what he's doing is completely disregarding the reality of who she is. I did a video which went down quite all right. And it's in regards to seeing the real her. I mean, bypass her physical looks and go straight to the brain and go straight to the mind, because no other man does that, and no other man generally cares about that, all right? Because he's thinking with his penis and he's too busy projecting, you know, all this nonsense that she doesn't care about upon her. But she wants to be seen, she wants to be acknowledged, she wants to come to you and say, you know what, I've only known you for a few days, but it feels like we've known each other forever, right? Because we have learned such a great depth about each other. And I feel so confident and comfortable telling you about my inner depths, the fathoms of my being and my life and my thoughts and my systems. And what a beautiful thing that is, right? I am bonded to you.
6 brothers. One of them is in and out of prison.
How many have you kissed?
Right. She closes her mouth. Relaxation opens the mouth, opens the face. She looks at him, manifesting the brother. That look is a manifestation of the brotherly figure, the spirit of the brother that she has absorbed growing up, sent directly to him, right?
So you have 6 brothers.
So you have 6 brothers. Now he is completely shielding himself. She is projecting her breasts in this position, but also covering up her genital area. Also, you can essentially see her ass at this point, which is crazy to me. You know, that's crazy to me.
I do.
Can they fight?
One of them's in and out of prison. Yeah.
In and out of prison.
In and out.
That's crazy. It sounded like she said one of them's a Nazi. Listen to what she says there.
6 brothers.
He says, can one of them fight? And watch.
I do.
Can they fight?
One of them's in and out of prison.
She stops herself. She stops herself from saying something beginning with what sounds like the letter N. Pay attention! What did she want to say?
I do.
Can they fight?
Can they fight?
One of them's in and out
One of them's
of prison. Yeah.
in and out of prison. I mean, going in and out of prison doesn't mean you can fight, by the way. You could be a crackhead. Do you know what I mean? You could be a crackhead and I don't want you around me stealing my shit. But pay attention. One of them's a what?
So you have 6 brothers.
I do.
Can they fight?
One of them's in and out of prison. Yeah.
In and out of prison.
In and out.
And as she says that, there's a scared wobble to her voice.
They've been in and out in prison?
Yeah. I do love birds.
You love birds.
I do love birds. Okay. I'll tell you what. Liking birds is an old man's game, but I like birds as well. So I'd find a nice little middle ground here. I've actually pulled a girl before talking about birds. I was pissed one night and I'd seen a kingfisher for the first time in my life. And you know what I mean? She was walking, she was like some spiritual and she was drunk as well. And she shouts out to me. I don't know what it was about. It was like New Year's and she was on about, you know, blessings and this and that. And I said, you know what? I am blessed. And then I started going into this fucking deep dive about seeing this kingfisher bird and she was blown away. And yeah, I may or may not be still in contact with her. Let's go.
Well, I look like the Seahawks logo, so...
I look like the Seahawks logo. Her eyes squint, little micro expression there. Look at her eyes here.
Birds. Well, I look like the Seahawks logo,
Watch.
so...
Look at the eyes. I look like the Seahawks logo. She doesn't get it. He's referencing sports teams. He's in the masculine plane. If you tell a joke and it goes over her head, it's not great communication. Look at the little squint of the eye there. All right. And that's a micro expression in direct cooperation with the Seahawks logo reference.
Could take me on a ride.
Could take me on a ride. Crazy. Crazy. Here we go again. Here we go again. As she does, she blades her body a little bit, exposing the neck to a degree. Watch.
So,
Could take me on.
Could take me on a ride. Maybe she's a little bit uncomfortable about what she's saying because she's not direct with the message. She mirrors him somewhat because he's a little bit bladed away from her. He's not directly, you know, facing her. But the aim of the game is to enter the intimate space, and that's to face each other, both feet facing towards each other, creating a space that nobody else can join. All right, that's intimacy. If you were with your boy, yeah, and you were, and when I say your boy, I mean your friend, right, not your young child. If you were with your friend and you wanted to, you know, give some personal information that nobody else could hear, what you're gonna do? You're gonna face him directly because nobody else is allowed in that communication, and people acknowledge that. People can't find a way in, so it would be awkward for them to intervene. We create a triangle if we want to allow more people in, so they're actually opening up space for somebody else to join in the conversation, right? It's not an intimate communication. And she moves outwards, stops facing him directly, and blades outside of his intimacy when she talks about this, although she looks to one side, exposes the neck. Okay,
On a ride.
you're trying to ride the beak.
Oh my god.
You're trying to fly.
Trying to land a plane on that thing.
Right.
All right. His name's Georgia.
pay attention to this.
That thing.
Right.
This is Marilyn Monroe 101, right? Look. Bang! She looks over her shoulder. The shoulder represents the breast in this case. Looks up to him like the young girl she is. Flicks the hair in the process. Exposes the neck. Okay. This is the paternal engagement. The child to the adult. Right? Look after me. Care for me. Provide for me. Okay, we're seeing a masterclass here in performative body language, because a lot of it isn't natural, a lot of it is like performative, but these women know how to perform like a woman, so they're hyper accentuating what you will see in your day-to-day engagements with women. Right, we got Miss Gothic coming up next. I will see you there, people.
To access all full body language videos, breakdowns and analysis, alongside the game that I can't feature here on YouTube, check out the Patreon. The link is in the description. Thanks.